सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां बाहुद्वन्द्वेन रत्नोज्ज्वलवलय भृता शोणपाणिप्रवाळेनोपाता वेणुनाळी प्रसृतनखमयूखाङ्गुली सङ्गशारा कृत्वा वक्त्रारविन्दे सुमधुरविकसद् रागमुद्भाव्य मानैः शब्दब्रह्मामृतैः त्वं शिशिरितभुवनैः सिञ्च मे कर्णवीथि.
Guru Pavanapure Hantabhagyam Janana. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. In this particular Dashakam number 35, Bhaṭṭatiri covers some portions of Kishkindha Kandam, Sundara Kandam, Yuddha Kandam in detail, and Uttara Kandam. We have seen that Rama, along with Lakshmana, was able to vanquish very many Rakshasas. In fact, this process of Śrīmad Ramayanam itself, Vedanta Deshika, the great Acharya, says is adhyatmic in nature. Darpodagra dashendriyanana manaha raktaccharadishtite dehesmin bhavasindhunam parigate dinam dashamasthitah adhyatve hanumatsamena guruna prakhyapitarthah puman lankaruddha videha rajatanaya nyayena lalapyate. So there is always this concept of the Jivatma housed in the material body, the Pancha Bhautika Sharira, like how Sita was in Lanka. Like the Paramatma who wishes that the Jivatma attain him through an upaya, Paramatma here Rama, sends Hanuman, who is akin to a guru, to meet Sita and then convey the message that the Paramatma is awaiting the Jivatma's arrival. So this being the message, similarly Yuddha Kandam also conveys how Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarya, the Shaduni can never ever win against Dharma. So in this due course, Bhaṭṭatiri says, Grindhan Jambhari Sampreshita Ratha Kavachau Ravane Nabhiyudhyan Brahmastrenanasya Bhindan Galatatimabala Agnishuddham Pragrindhan Devashreni Varojjivita Samarabhritai Rakshatai Rukshasangaihi Lanka Bhartra Chasakam Nijanagara Magaha Sapriyaha Pushpakena. He continues, Tvam Grindhan, you, Hey Krishna, Hey Guruvayurappa, after accepting Jambhari Sampreshita Ratha Kavachau, Jambhari Vairi, the one who was able to destroy Jambha in a Yuddham, that is Indra, that he is therefore Jambhari Vairi, that Indra had sent. Sampreshita, what did he send? Ratha Kavachau, he sent his chariot with his driver called Mathali and the Kavacha, which is the armor. Abhiyudhyan Ravanena. So to fight Ravana face to face, he sent all of this. Bindan Asya Galatatim, after cutting each of his heads. Each of his heads represented something very bad for the society, something bad for the existence and for the humanity. Each of those heads were cut. So Bindan Asya Galatatim, they kept on falling. Using what? Brahmastrena. Then finally using Brahmastram, he was able to vanquish Ravana. He did give a chance to Ravana to think, to contemplate whether he can correct his wrong actions, but he was not in it. So Brahmastrena Pragrindhan Abalam. Then after accepting Sita, so Sita was accepted. Now this word acceptance is very, very important for us. See, Rama never doubted the charitram of Sita. But what had happened in the due course was, Sita had reprimanded Lakshmana before she being abducted. She had reprimanded Lakshmana. Instead of even using the word reprimanded, she had maligned his character. In a few shlokas, she said that when I'm telling you to go and protect your brother, despite that, if you're not going, it means you're waiting to initiate a relationship with me. These words hurt a great devotee, brother, brother-in-law, whichever way you take, of Lakshmana. Rama, being a just administrator, wanted to tell that even if his family members had committed mistakes, they would have to do a prayaschittam. So he says, Agnim Shuddham Agaha Pragrindhan Abalam. So that Sita was accepted after Agnim Shuddham, after she was being purified by fire, because it was a prayaschittam for hurting a devotee. Agnim Shuddham Agaha. Then after that she set out. Nija Nagaram Pushpakena. Along with Sita, Rama left Lanka Pradesham in Pushpaka Vimana towards Bharata Desham. Nija Nagaram Pushpakena Sapriyaha Ruksha Sanghaihi. There, along with his beloved and the big retinue of Vanaras, he left. Devashreni Vara Ujjivita Samaramritaihi Akshataihi. Now there were many Vanaras who died for the sake of Rama, for the protection of Sita in that Lanka Bhumi during the war, right? So Devashreni Vara Ujjivita. They were all rejuvenated. Life was given back to them. Samaramritaihi Aksharaihi. Samaramritaihi Aksharaihi. All their injuries that happened during the Yuddham, they were all cured of it. Sakam Lanka Bhartracha. Along with the king of Lanka then, because Ravana is dead. So Vibhishana had to be made the king. Sakam Lanka Bhartracha. Along with Vibhishana, along with the rejuvenated Vanaras, their families, Sugriva, Hanuman, they all left this Pradesham and reached Ayodhya Bhumi. Next comes the shloka. Prito divyabhishekair ayuta samadhikan vatsaran paryaram sir maithilyam papavacha shiva shiva kilatam garbhinim abhyahasihi shatrughner nadayitva lavana nishicharam pradayah Shudrapasham tavad Valmiki gehe kritavasati rupa suta sita sutaute Tvam Pritaha Divyabhishekaihi, pleased with the beautiful Abhishekam that was done during the Pattabhishekam. Tvam Pritaha Divyabhishekaihi Paryaramsihi, you lived happily. For how long? Ayuda Samadhikan Vatsaran. So Ravam Ratnamaye Pithe Sasitam Sanyaveshayat Vasishto Vamadevascha Jabali Ratha Kashyapaha Katyayanaha Suyajnascha Gautamo Vijayastatha Abhyashinchan Naravyagra Prasannena Sugandhina Salilena Sahasraksham Vasavo Vasavam Yatha, says Valmiki towards the end of Yuddha Kandam for Rama Pattabhishekam. After Pattabhishekam, Rama lived happily for 10,000 years with Sita. So it says, Ayuta Samadhikan Vatsaran. Ayuta is 10,000, over 10,000. Samadhikan Vatsaran, 10,000 years. Now this is where the commentator called as Nagesha Bhatta in his commentary called Tilaka says, Yadva Varsha Shabdo Dinaparaha. Varsha Shabdo Dinaparaha, because there is a Mimamsa rule for which there is a Vedic statement. The Vedic statement is Aharvai Samvatsaraha. In certain occasions, you'll have to take the year to be as one day. Jaimini in his sutras, in his Mimamsa sutras, agrees with it. He says, Sahasra Samvatsaram Tadayusham Asambhavatu Manusheshu, because Vedam says, let the human perform yaga for 1,000 years. But Jaimini contests, a human cannot live for 1,000 years. In such cases, Samvatsaro Vichalitvat, you will have to use the Jaimini Sutra where 1 year is equal to 1 day. Here 10,000 years is equal to 10,000 days, divided by either 355, 360, 365 or 366. Because we have this Shauramanam, Chandramanam, Nakshatramanam and so on. Based on that, even if you divide it by 360, you get 27 years and a few months. This coincides with Rama's life with Sita, because Rama was married to Sita while he was 12 years. They lived in Ayodhya for 12 years happily. So 12 years, then after that 14 years in the forest, 2 years after Pattabhishekam. So roughly about 27 and a half years, Rama lived with Sita. So this 10,000 years translates to 10,000 days. So here we need to construe Ayuta Samadhikan Vatsaran Papavacha, because of a gossip, because of some people who have no other work, because of that gossip, Rama thought that administration, dharma is more important than my pati dharma or family dharma, my dharma towards my kutumbam. So, Papavacha, Maithilyam, that too speaking about Jagannatha Sita, Abhyahasihi, Kila Tam Garbhinim. While she was a Garbhini, she was pregnant, because the Shlokam in Uttarakandam is Apatyalabho Vaidehi. She was Garbhini at that point in time. Abhyahasihi, Rama had to forsake her. Shiva, Bhaṭṭatiri says, what a pity, Rama, after having lived a life like this with Jagannatha Sita, what a pity you had to forsake her. Shiva. See, this is where we need to understand that Rama's love for Sita was unadulterated. So was Sita's love and respect for Rama. But what happened in the middle? See, we need to understand that Rama, in his attachment to Dharma, as an administrator, he felt that his attachment or his adherence to the rules laid for a king should overtake that of a pati. So even if it meant that he had to forsake his family's happiness, his beloved Sita, he had to do it with a very, very tough mind and heart. But remember, as much as Sita, being a single mother, was affected in her life, so was Rama. Unlike most other kings who chose to be polygamous, marrying time and again, he did nothing of it. He was just waiting for that moment. So Shiva, where he kept on feeling for Sita in her absence. Abhyahasihi kilatam garbhinim Shiva Ardayitva Lavana Nishicharam Shatrughnena. If you remember, Madhuvana was invoked in Dhruva Charitram. Madhuvana is being invoked now as well. He says, Ardayitva Lavana Nishicharam Shatrughnena. So, Lavanasura and Madhuvanam had caused a lot of problem for the people living there. So, Rama dispatched Shatrughna so that he could vanquish Lavanasura in the battle. Ardayitva Lavana Nishicharam Shatrughnena and Prardayaha Shudra Pasham. There was one person called Shambhuka who belonged to the Shudra Jati, though his act of yoga was not questioned, but whether it was ordained for that particular varna. If you have to have the press card on your vehicle, you need to be from the press community. If you are going to hang the disability card that I am a handicapped person in my car so that I get parking space, you should be of a handicapped person. If you're a healthy person and just for the sake of getting benefit, if you do, you will be charged a penalty. Here, this Shudra called as Shambhuka was killed because he did not adhere to the rules. It was not because Bhagavan had a distaste towards any Varna. For him, all Varnas are equal. But this was a wrong act committed by Shambhuka. Prardayah Shudrapasham Tavat Sita Kritavasitaha. Then Sita, who was residing in that very ashramam of Valmiki, Yamevaratrim Shatrughnaha Parnashalam Samavishat Tamevaratrim Sitapi Prasuta Darakadvayam. So these two children called Lava and Kusha were birthed by Sita, the mother, in the very ashramam when Shatrughna was found in that ashramam resting that night. Tavat Sita Kritavasatihi Valmiki Gehe Upasuta Te Sutau. Both these children, Lava and Kusha, were delivered that night. Then what happened? All that in the next episode.
Life is a learning. Every day is a learning. So why stop? We are very happy to present Ramayana Pariksha RAP 2025. This is being organized by our trust Deshikadaya. It is an online examination. All that you have to do is to read the book Ramayanam Volume 1 that I have authored, and 2, register for the exam. It is happening on the 22nd of June 2025. Exciting prizes, and the biggest prize is reading the Ramayana and answering the questions. Age no bar, geography no bar. So why stop? Register soon. Namaskar.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते. नारायण 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 नारायण